Yes, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to GA Fan TV. This is the show that keeps you up to date with everything that is happening in both Gaelic football and hurling. And of course, we are here today to discuss the Ulster semi-finals between Tyrone and Donegal. And of course, we will talk a bit about Cavan and Armagh as well. Of course, they played each other at the weekend, but have finished in a draw, 117 to 14 points. And of course, after extra time, that does mean that it will go ahead and be a replay. Yeah, guys, of course, we will start off by talking a bit about Cavan and Armagh. And of course, guys, if you are new around here, do hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below in terms of what will happen in this weekend's game. So yeah, guys, Armagh and Cavan, of course, a very interesting game at the weekend between these two. I wasn't sure what to expect going into this game. I felt like it was going to be very, very close. You know, Armagh, you feel like they do have the quality, in my opinion, with players like Jamie Clark and Jarlath Burns, of course, who did score in the game against Cavan, got himself a goal. But of course, Cavan, on the other hand, you know, they are, they're better placed in many respects. They play Division 1 football all year. They were, of course, in Croke Park last year when they played in the Division 2 final. We know they've got tremendous talent in the likes of Darren McVeety, Martin Riley, of course, as well. So Cavan have quite an array of talent in this team, and we certainly know that between these two, it was a huge game for both of these two counties. Of course, Cavan haven't reached an Ulster final since 2001, and Armagh haven't reached an Ulster final since 2008 when they last won the Ulster Championship, beating Fermanagh after a replay. So this was always going to be tense. It was always going to be close between these two, and as I said to you before, Armagh, I was more impressed with them in some respects, especially Jarlath Burns in that performance, getting himself a goal, couple of points as well. But I think ultimately it was just a bit too much for both these two counties. In extra time, it really did fizzle out. The play from both counties, passes were going astray, and perhaps the occasion both maybe got to them going into those closing stages, as there were some wides. So yeah, I suppose with the game being played now at Clones, it will also be played in the same stadium, of course, where Monaghan will be taking on Fermanagh in their qualifier. If you want to know my preview for that and the other qualifiers, do check out a video coming out tomorrow talking all about that. But anyway, yeah, guys, I am going to say that I've got a sneaky feeling about Armagh. I'm not too sure what it is. I feel like they have the better quality, in my opinion. They have the better team. But I do feel like the occasions have been getting to them a bit. You know, they dropped a big lead in their match against Down. It went to extra time. They were leading in this game against Cavan, and they dropped that lead as well. So I'm going to say Armagh get over the line and get the job done. They win by a point, but I do think it will be very close, and it could easily go either way when these two, of course, play each other. And yeah, guys, moving on to the other Ulster semi-final. And for me, this is the Ulster final for me in many respects. I feel like this is the two best counties in Ulster at the moment. I think they've proved that in the past year. You know, you look at Tyrone reaching reaching an All-Ireland final last year. You look at Donegal winning the Ulster Championship last year, making the Super 8s, of course, getting close to an All-Ireland semi-final. And of course, you look at Donegal winning Division 2 in Croke Park, of course, against Meath earlier in the year as well. So we'll be very, very interested to see how this game goes between these two counties. Tyrone, of course, have an array of talent, the likes of Matthew Donnelly, Cathal McShane, who of course hit 6 points in that win against Antrim. Tiernan McCann as well, of course, coming from back, moving up the pitch, always a very good player and very good with the ball at his feet. And of course, then you also have the likes of Pádraig Hart as well, and just really good team, and of course, you know, a very experienced manager in the likes of Mickey Hart. I almost forgot his name there for a minute. But yeah, so will be a very interesting game. Donegal, of course, you know, probably have one of the best players in the country, in my opinion, and Michael Murphy. His performance against Fermanagh was absolutely outstanding. You know, his passing, his movement, and he just kicked some wonderful points from absolutely nowhere. He can do things on the pitch that other players just can't, unfortunately, and his experience as well is just crucial. Of course, you got some other very good players, Donegal as well. Patrick McBrearty, very good in that game against Fermanagh, and he had a very good campaign last year. And of course, Ryan McHugh as well, another very good player. So I am expecting a very good battle between these two. Very hard to call, in my opinion, when these two meet each other. It's always a battle, isn't it, when these two play each other? It's always, there's history there, there's a rivalry there. These two counties have been the most dominant sides from Ulster football in the past 10 years or so. I know Monaghan have won a couple of Ulster championships in that period of time, but Donegal and Tyrone, traditionally in the past 10 years, have been the most dominant sides in the Ulster championship, and that is why I'm expecting quite a fierce battle between these two yet again. In terms of my prediction, it's a tough one really, because I feel like whoever really shows up more, and I know that's a cliche of a way of giving a prediction, but I just feel like Tyrone at times, they have a defeat in them in the Ulster Championship. They have a poor performance in them. We've seen that against Derry. They were poor in many respects. They got over the line in the end. They were good against Antrim, but of course the level of opposition was far different. So yeah, I'm gonna say that I fancy Tyrone to just about edge it. They have more power for me coming off the bench. They can bring more players on, and they can make more of a difference. So I feel like Tyrone, in the overall spectrum of things, will have enough. You look at Tyrone in their last game, bringing players like Grugan on, let's say, for example. Very good players. So I think ultimately, Tyrone should have a bit too much for me in the overall spectrum of things. Donegal, of course, though, I'm fancying these two to eventually to make the Super 8s. Obviously, I think Tyrone will win the Ulster Championship, but of course Donegal, I do think they will make the Super 8s. So yeah, guys, that has been my preview for this weekend's Ulster Championship semi-finals. Of course, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I am going to say that I fancy it will be Tyrone and Armagh to play each other in the Ulster final, but do let me know down in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? And yeah, guys, I'll catch you all next time.